Today, we're diving into 13 foods notorious for causing inflammation. While some inflammation is the body's natural defense mechanism, chronic inflammation can spell trouble, leading to various health issues and hindering your overall well-being. By steering clear of these inflammation-triggering foods, you can significantly lower the risk of chronic diseases and elevate your mood, energy levels, and lifestyle enjoyment. Stick around until the end to discover the surprising top offender, a common inflammation culprit that often flies under the radar. When most people think of inflammation, they often picture a swollen joint after an injury. However, inflammation goes beyond visible symptoms and can have serious implications, whether it's due to poor diet, lack of exercise, environmental factors, or even stress. Inflammation is the body's natural response to various stressors. Unfortunately, unchecked inflammation can lead to a myriad of health issues, ranging from minor discomforts like migraines and allergies to more severe conditions, such as heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. In today's fast-paced and toxin-laden world, inflammation is almost inevitable, even for the healthiest individuals. The crucial question then becomes, what steps will you take to address it? Let's look at what causes inflammation. Well, lack of sleep, stress, dehydration, smoking, drinking alcohol, and gut bacteria imbalance are all contributing factors. But the main cause, and the most easily reversible, is eating an inflammatory diet. Here are the top 13 foods that cause inflammation that you should avoid. Replace these inflammatory foods with healthy substitutes today. Number 13. Corn. When in its ancient form, is a nutritious and healthy grain. However, the genetically engineered corn commonly found in grocery stores and processed foods is a different story. It's among the most genetically modified foods, often laden with pesticide residue. Glyphosate, a prevalent pesticide used on genetically engineered crops like corn, can disrupt beneficial gut bacteria, leading to an inflammatory response that may result in joint discomfort. Additionally, glyphosate has been linked to digestive conditions such as inflammatory bowel disease and celiac disease. You can typically find genetically modified corn in conventional baked goods, cereals, breakfast bars, processed meats, and corn syrup. Substitute, opt for organic corn, or swap it out for other small vegetables like peas and beans. Number 12. Common cooking oils. Many households and restaurants rely on vegetable cooking oils, which are rich in omega-6 fatty acids but lacking in omega-3 fats. Excessive consumption of omega-6s can stimulate the production of pro-inflammatory compounds, leading to adverse effects on your health. These oils, including grapeseed, cottonseed, safflower, corn, and sunflower oils, as well as soy and peanut oils, are frequently used in processed foods, baked goods, fast food, and fried dishes. Healthier alternatives such as macadamia oil, extra virgin olive oil, or avocado oil. And when unsure, coconut oil stands as a reliable choice for cooking. Number 11. Sugar. Excessive sugar consumption not only contributes to tooth decay, but also increases the risk of obesity, inflammation, and various chronic diseases such as metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes. Moreover, sugar promotes the growth of harmful bacteria and cancer cells, weakening the immune system. Its highly acidic nature directly induces inflammation. You can commonly find sugar in sugar-sweetened beverages, like soft drinks, fruit drinks, and punches, as well as in sweets such as pastries, desserts, candies, and snacks. Natural sweeteners like maple syrup, agave, honey, or blackstrap molasses if you're craving something sweet. Satisfy it with fresh berries or all-natural dried fruits. Number 10. Artificial sweeteners. Processed sugars and artificial sweeteners can trigger the release of inflammatory messengers known as cytokines. One particular culprit, corn syrup, is associated with liver inflammation and contributes to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. These sweeteners can be found in various sweets and processed foods. So be on the lookout for ingredients like corn syrup, dextrose, fructose, golden syrup, maltose, sorghum syrup, and sucrose. Choose natural sweeteners like dates and honey instead of artificial options if you're watching your calorie intake. Consider using stevia instead of Splenda. Number 9. Trans fats. These fatty acids are infamous for their harmful effects, as they raise levels of bad cholesterol while lowering levels of good cholesterol, all the while increasing inflammation in the body. The dangers of trans fats have been highlighted by the Harvard School of Public Health since the early 1990s. Saturated fats aren't much better, as they also contribute to inflammation, particularly in fat tissues, exacerbating conditions like arthritis and posing a risk for heart disease. You can typically find trans fats in deep-fried foods, fast foods, baked goods, frozen foods, and margarine. Opt for products that are free from trans fats, partially hydrogenated oils, or vegetable shortening when unsure. It's safest to assume that commercially prepared foods contain trans fats unless explicitly stated otherwise. Number 8. Dairy products. Did you know that about 60% of people worldwide have trouble digesting milk? Yeah, it's like our bodies are saying, "Nah, I'm good." Some researchers even think it's more normal not to digest milk after infancy. Crazy, right? Turns out, milk can be a real troublemaker for some folks. It's not just about lactose intolerance. Milk can actually set off a whole chain reaction of inflammation, causing everything from upset stomachs to skin flare-ups, and even breathing issues in those who are sensitive. And get this, it's not just about the milk itself. All those hormones, pesticides, and antibiotics that cows get pumped with. Yeah, they can end up in the milk too, making matters worse. Now, you might think avoiding dairy is easy, but it's sneaky. It's hiding in all sorts of foods like bread, cookies, cakes, and even protein powder. It's like it's playing hide and seek with your digestive system. But don't worry, there are plenty of tasty swaps you can make. Ditch the regular milk for coconut milk or whip up some homemade nut milk for a creamy alternative. And when it comes to cooking, coconut oil makes a great substitute for butter, and cashews can work wonders as a cheese replacement. Trust me, your taste buds won't even know what hit M. Number 7. Non-organic meat. Most of the meat you find in stores and restaurants comes from animals that have been chowing down on grains like soybeans and corn. Now, that might sound okay, but those grains pack a punch of inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids and skimp on the good stuff. Like omega-3, these animals are pumped full of antibiotics and hormones to keep them healthy and growing fast. You'll see this kind of meat pretty much everywhere, unless it specifically says it's organic or from free-range animals. It's like they're on a fast track from the farm to your plate, but not necessarily in the healthiest way. Now, if you're looking for a better option, go for organic meat from animals that get to roam around and munch on grass. And veggies like nature intended. It's like giving them a VIP pass to the buffet of life. Number 6. Processed meat. So, you know those meats that have been through some serious treatment, cured, salted, smoked. You name it. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. But here's the kicker, they're not just stopping there. They're throwing in a bunch of other stuff, like nitrates, corn products, soy, and all sorts of preservatives and colors. It's like they're trying to turn meat into a chemistry experiment. Now, here's the scary part. All those extra ingredients don't just make the meat taste funky. They can actually make it downright dangerous. We're talking carcinogenic, meaning they could up your risk of cancer, and that's not a risk anyone wants to take. You'll find these sketchy meats hanging out in your ham, hot dogs, sausage, lunch meat, bacon, and salami. It's like they've infiltrated every corner of the deli aisle, waiting to strike when you least expect it. But don't worry, you've got options. Instead of reaching for the processed stuff, go for the real deal fresh meat, poultry, and fish. Or, if you're feeling fancy, check out some organic alternatives like smoked salmon or beef jerky. It's like upgrading from mystery meat to gourmet goodness. Number 5. Alcohol. So, you know how knocking back a few drinks can make you feel all warm and fuzzy? Regularly hitting the bottle can actually do some serious damage inside your body. Think irritation and inflammation of your esophagus, larynx, and liver. It's like your insides are throwing a protest party. That chronic inflammation from all that drinking can pave the way for some unwanted guests like tumors. There are plenty of other ways to quench your thirst that won't leave your body feeling like a war zone. Swap out the booze for some good old-fashioned water, a nice cup of tea, or maybe even a freshly squeezed juice. It's like giving your body a break while still enjoying a tasty drink. Number 4. Refined grains. So, you know those grains we munch on like they're going out of style? Turns out, a lot of them have been tampered with, genetically modified, processed, and sprayed with all sorts of chemicals. It's like they're not even the same grains our ancestors used to eat. Take wheat, for example. It's been so refined that it can trigger allergy-like reactions in a ton of people, and get this, they bleach it and strip it of all its good stuff, only to add back synthetic vitamins and minerals later on, just like refined sugars. These refined grains can send your blood sugar levels on a wild ride with their high glycemic index. And that's not good news for your health. It's like inviting degenerative diseases to the party. You'll spot these sneaky grains in all sorts of places: white flour, white bread, noodles, pasta, biscuits, pastries, you name it. It's like they've infiltrated every corner of the pantry. There are plenty of ancient grains out there that are still rocking their natural goodness. Think amaranth, quinoa, spelt, rye, millet, buckwheat, and chia. You can find them in whole form or as flour in most health food stores. Number 3. Monosodium glutamate, shortly MSG. This stuff is like the magic wand of processed foods. It's a preservative and flavor enhancer that can make even the blandest dishes taste like a party in your mouth. But here's the catch, it's hiding some secrets. MSG is made from a mix of fermented starch, corn sugar, molasses, and sugar cane or beets. Sounds harmless, right? Well, for some folks, it's like their body's setting off a fire alarm. MSG sensitivity can bring on a slew of symptoms like headaches, facial pressure, and even tingling sensations in the face, back, and arms. And it's not just physical symptoms. Some people might experience flushing, sweating, chest pain, and weakness after chowing down on MSG-laden foods. You'll find MSG hanging out in a lot of store-bought Asian foods, and it's a staple in dishes prepared at Asian restaurants. But here's the kicker, even places that claim to be MSG-free might still sneak it into their recipes. But fear not, you can still jazz up your meals without relying on MSG. Just sprinkle on some salt and pepper or get creative with spices to amp up the flavor. And if you're worried about your favorite Chinese joint using MSG, why not try your hand at cooking Asian cuisine at home? It's like bringing the restaurant experience right to your kitchen. Number 2. Refined salts. So, we all know sodium is important for keeping our nerves and muscles in check, regulating blood pressure, and a bunch of other stuff. But here's the thing, too much of it can really throw things out of whack. We're talking high blood pressure, kidney issues, weak bones, inflammation. and holding onto extra fluids like they're going out of style. Now, when your body's had enough sodium, it's like, get out here, and tries to flush it out through sweat and pee. But here's where things get tricky. A study found that chowing down on too much salt can ramp up inflammation and cause damage to your organs. And here's the kicker, the salt we're talking about isn't your grandma's salt, it's the table salt you find in pretty much everything. Unlike the good old unprocessed stuff, table salt gets heated up to crazy temperatures and pumped full of who knows what additives. It's like they're trying to turn salt into a science experiment. You'll spot this sneaky salt hiding out in processed foods, fast food joints, and pretty much anything you order at restaurants. It's like they're sprinkling it on everything. But fear not. You can still get your salty fix without resorting to the refined stuff. Swap out that iodized salt for some all-natural unrefined sea salt or Himalayan salt. And instead of going crazy with the salt shaker, why not spice things up with some herbs and spices? It's like giving your taste buds a flavor explosion without all the sodium drama. Number 1, but here's the twist, it's a blank space waiting for you to fill in with the food that you might be sensitive to. Yeah, it's like a mystery waiting to be solved. You see? A lot of people have these sneaky food sensitivities that they don't even know about. It's not like an allergy where you eat a peanut and boom, you're in trouble. Nope, with food intolerance, it's more like a slow burn. You might not even realize that your tiredness or headaches are actually linked to what you're eating. But here's the thing, if you keep chowing down on a food that your body doesn't vibe with, it can lead to inflammation and even some serious chronic diseases down the line. It's like your body's trying to send you a message, but you're not picking up what it's putting down. Now, when it comes to these food sensitivities, the usual suspects are gluten, milk, nuts, eggs, and nightshade vegetables. But here's the kicker, even the foods you eat all the time can turn against you and cause a reaction. So, what's the solution? Well, if you suspect a certain food might be the culprit behind your not-so-great feelings, try cutting it out completely for a couple of weeks and see how you feel. Then, when you bring it back into your diet, pay attention to how your body reacts. If you notice a difference, well, there's your answer. It's like playing detective with your dinner. There you have it. The 13 foods that cause inflammation you should avoid to get inflammation under control. You have to target its root cause. Cut out foods that promote inflammation and add in foods that fight inflammation. Start by swapping out canola oil for olive or coconut oil, and spice things up with a little turmeric and anti-inflammatory herbs. Focus on unprocessed, whole foods and stay hydrated. Finally, focus on your health by exercising regularly and lower your stress levels. Most of all, make sure to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep every day to help your body recover at night and reduce inflammation. Now, we want to hear from you. Which inflammatory food will you cut from your diet today? Leave your comment below. If you found this video helpful, kindly show your support by giving it a like. Feel free to share this video with others and let them know about this valuable information. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Until next time, stay healthy.